Birds of Prey, issue 16, legacy number 214. Kelly Thompson writing with Sam Basri, or Sami Basri, I should say, on
Mm-hmm.
the art. So yeah, Cass is trapped in this like evil secret lab under the building with the monster, which she actually deals with quite quickly by simply hitting off the collar that's controlling it, and then gets a
Yeah.
new pet, seemingly very quickly.
So I was thinking this should be more of a werewolf, and now it's a dog monster. So that was a nice shift.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know.
So yeah, she deals with that in the first couple of pages, and it's like okay,
Also, you said a new pet. This used to be a woman.
that's true. Yes, it's one of the.
You know.
Was this an Amazon or at least someone they
I
were working on?
believe so. They just keep calling her Bella. So yeah, but it is very funny. Like she pets it, boops its nose.
Yeah. The birds are waiting for Cassie's last check-in. They're getting nervous, and and Canary says the only reason why they've not just moved in anyway is because Cass would be pissed if like things were going fine and they like rushed in worried about her. But yeah, like Cass like breaks into where the guards are all hanging out in the lab, ties them up. She gets like a little belt with a knife, and like the dog's with her. Like it's a whole thing. She climbs up the elevator cables, like because they say, "Oh, there's no way out of here. The only way up and down is the elevator," and they have to send it down. So Cass is like, "Fine, I'll just be Die Hard then. I'll just climb up the elevator shaft."
Well, I love when they're like, "There's no way in or out," and he's like, "Well, you had to get in." And so yeah, I love that. And again, it's the less is more approach to Cass's dialogue that always makes me smile.
Yeah, and she confronts all the the evil hippie and the other business people that are in charge of the company in this sort of lab area. And he makes a big speech at one point, what they're doing and like making super soldiers and all that, and they're impressed by her. Like, oh, you were worth your weight in gold here. So you're so capable. So it kind of like it doesn't leave in a cliffhanger per se, because we can sort of tell that Cass is in trouble because she gets knocked out by this the smoke bomb or whatever it is that he lets off. But it's left kind of like ambiguous as to what they do. So we go back to the birds. They hear a little bit of like communication from Cass, which made me think, oh, is she okay? Is she getting getting the word out maybe? It's a misdirect though, because they boom tube into the lab, right? And I love the panel of Barda yelling where it's not in a speech bubble, it's just all block capitals. Run, cowards! If Barda touches you, you will beg for the sweet release of death. Because they see like the big test tubes and like the Amazons and the chambers and whatnot. Yeah, all really good. A bunch of like modified Amazon soldiers come in, all with these like masks on that are controlling them, presumably.
Yeah, they definitely look venomed out on top of everything.
Yeah.
You
So this gives them people to fight. So we get this fight scene between the various characters. It's good stuff. Canary uses her cry to knock them down.
Yeah, and so they're also filling the room with gas, and they're all wearing gas masks. So Grace points out we got to knock the masks off of them. So we get some of that, and that's when we get the canary cry, which is rad because we get the full, like Grace and Onyx are both on the ground covering their ears, and Canary's in her full pose, but Barter's just standing there like it's a light breeze.
Yeah, but Barter is unaffected. Yeah, I actually like that touch as well. It's
such because it's so chaos, and she's just standing still amongst it. Makes her look like more of a badass than she already was.
Yeah, so the end of the issue, the big cliffhanger is they're trying to find out where Cass is, and the cliffhanger at the end is that Cass shows up as a jacked up super soldier monster, and Barda looks up at her and goes, "Small bat." That's the cliffhanger for next issue. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the follow up to last issue. It's almost, and I don't want this to come across negatively because I really enjoyed reading this, but it is the middle chapter of the arc. It's the next part of it. It's I enjoyed Cass being inventive and still try to save the others and immediately befriending the dog monster lady. But then I enjoyed the birds coming in concerned, and Barda's concern for Cass is really endearing. Some fun stuff there, and the cliffhanger's fun too. But I don't know if I have as much to say about the construction or about like things running throughout the book like I normally do. It's just really solid. Next chapter.
Yeah, no, like I definitely thought I got swerved a little bit because I thought this issue would be more about her running from that creature. So the fact that she turns around and befriends it, I thought that was a nice little twist here. And then just the whole idea, like this hippie guy, man, he just sucks. He's a very effective villain.
Oh yeah.
Because
very
he just seems like this squirmy type guy that he comes up to her with the namaste hands, right? But then, in his wrist, there's, all the, it looks like one of the control collars, right? That Bella was wearing. So,
which does raise an interesting question: is that the Bella dog is still like separate because she doesn't come to the lab with Cass when Cass gets knocked out. So I suspect that dog is going to jump in and help the birds. Next issue.
Yeah.
That's my guess at this point.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. But yeah, so just a lot of fun action sequences from Basri too throughout, and everything just solid, which is the book. And this was a nice breezy read on top of it too. On a week where I had a bunch of, so I appreciate that at least these books, that Kelly Thompson writes, they do move. There's never a lot, so I'm thankful for that. Also, any more Barda awesomeness, I'm always here for that. I am glad she's a big part of this book.
Yeah, it does that smart thing as well, where the scenes are kind of color coded a little bit, where each time we're in a new location, there's a very different color scheme. Like all the stuff towards the end's all pink because of the gas that's in the room. So there's lots of pink coloring and tones in the backgrounds in the room and all that. Whereas earlier on, when they're in the lab, it's all white and clinical, light blues, that kind of thing. When we're in the lower parts of like the prison area of the lab and it's Cass and the dog, it's all yellow, it's all these orange glows and lights. So, it makes it very easy to kind of feel the changes in the scenes, but also like it makes it easy to remember the scenes bizarrely, just having like distinct color schemes for each part.
No, it does. Kind of Batman was kind of like that as well with the colors.
Yeah.
We were talking about that with Fornes. So
sometimes some books do it more subtle than others, where it's just a slight difference. Some do it, more like this, where it's like it really feels like these are the yellow pages, these are the pink pages, and so on. But yeah, all right. What are you giving Birds of Prey?
I'm gonna give this an 8.
Yeah, it's just another great issue. I don't have as much to say about it, but I don't want that to sound negative because it is just a good time.